Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Thor issue 14. And this was a really good issue of diving into the kind of mindset of young Thor during the battle that was going on in War of the Realms issue 6. And it's really kind of cool to see it from a different perspective and with a different artist doing it. So we start off and we see that young Thor's in his usual kind of Viking time, still pissed off that he can't wield Mjolnir and just kind of grumbling about it. But then we see that the Fantastic Four comes and tries to recruit him for what's going on, and they had brought the goat to kind of convince me. He's like, okay. So then we shift over and we see, of course, the meeting of the four Thors and all that, and of course, young Thor still being kind of more grumbly and all that, and being his brash, arrogant kind of self, while old Thor, All-Father Thor, tries to just tell him to like chill out a little bit and not be as reckless. But he's like, whatever, let's just go beat some elf ass. So they get into Stonehenge, and we see, of course, Malekith decked out in his venom blade and all that, and we see that what you'd usually be thinking about is that, hey, if they took out young Thor, it would take out the rest of the Thors. And Malekith did think of this. It just wasn't shown as much in the War of the Realms issue, which I really like. This is a tie-in issue that you really need to read because it does take up some things like, why couldn't Malekith just go after young Thor? They did. The other Thors thought of that too. Because we see that he's trying to be kind of badass and everything, but then Malekith comes and smacks his ass with the Necrode hammer, and it affects the rest of the Thors. And they're like, oh, that ain't good. So he's kind of playing a little bit in the back, but then he sees that All-Father Thor was going after Malekith and had left his Mjolnir on top of some of these spidered elves, and he's like, this will be probably one of the greatest days. I'm going to try and do this and win this whole day. And it's like, I can't lift it. And then he gets severely wounded by one of the blade tentacles of the spider elves. And of course, he gets taken off to the field, and he's like feeling really bad about himself. He's pissed off. He's like, hey, I'll fight, but I'll just fight from this back position. And he's like fighting some of the dogs, but it's not that big of a kind of deal. But then he sees that his mother's in trouble, and he just can't allow that. He needs to go and do something, and he just flings in and starts taking the venomized thing out, and he's thinking he's just doing it with his fist, but of course Odin Freyr is seeing this going on, and he's wielding the All-Father Thor's Mjolnir, and of course he's done with beating all kind of wholesale ass, and All-Father Thor's walking like, hey, that's mine, isn't it? He's like, what? And he looks down and he's like, oh my god, I'm wielding it. He's like, yeah, it's lighter than I thought it was. It's lighter than air, actually. Like, you could use it for a little bit. He's like, nah, that's yours. And then he's like going to town on the other one with his axe and saying that like, hey, this is just every day. Every day is a great day, pretty much as being me. And it's cool kind of seeing that kind of aspect and seeing what usually makes someone worthy of wielding Mjolnir, because we saw that he wanted it for his own glory at that one part where he got wounded by it, but when he needed to save his mother, he wasn't thinking about using that power selfishly. He was like, I need to go help my mother, and that's what allowed him to wield Mjolnir, because he needed that power to take out what was going on. Then, of course, he's surprised when he's wielding it, because he's like, wow, okay. And we see it, that little kind of bit that always is kind of in Thor. And it was just really kind of cool and nice to see young Thor's perspective in the events that were going on in War of the Realms issue 6. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.